Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife Karina from Venezuela. She has her green card. She got her green card by successfully passing the scary visa interview at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia on November 16th, 2023. And on January 3rd, 2024, we flew from Bogota, Colombia to Miami, then drove home here to the northern panhandle of Florida. And then we applied for Karina's green card on February 29th, 2024, and she got her green card in the mail on June 25th, 2024. So what's that, March, April, May? So what, about 3 months or so? And she also got a work permit. Karina is working happily. She has her green card. And just remember, Karina has a 2-year green card. You're going to get a 2-year probationary green card also. It's a probationary green card. You got to lift the conditions off the green card 3 months before it terminates. Now, today I got the gas bill on the email. I got an email and I got the gas bill. I said, okay, here's the gas bill. My name's on it. Karina's name's on it. The account number to the gas bill, the address, everything's here. So what did I do? I printed it. I highlighted my name. I highlighted Karina's name and our address and the date. July 17th, 2024, e-bill. I printed it, and that's going to go in our 10-year green card package. Back in the back, we got a document protectors and a folder from Office Depot. And once a month, when I get the bills coming in, this is the gas bill. We're waiting, we'll get the electric bill, the phone bill, all those bills come in, the trash bill. When they come in, I print them, and they go into the folder for the 10-year green card. Because 3 months before Karina's green card terminates, I'm going to help her put the package together to apply for the 10-year green card. And we're going to have 24 minus 3, so 22 months worth of evidence of us living together. Bills, photos, etc. Okay? Got to have evidence. Now, Chris and Emma, Trump, let's go. Anyways, my future wife will be in Manila to correct that file on the NBI. Very good. We are rooting for October flight into the United States. Well, I'm going to give you a Mountain Dew salute. I'm going to open it. Listen, you get a Mountain Dew salute, Chris and Emma. Congratulations on getting through this. And I put it in the freezer for a while, so it's got a little icy. So it tastes good. And don't worry about Trump. Trump's all right. He's going to be just fine, okay? He's good. So good job, Chris and Emma. When you get your 2-year green card, it's a probationary. You got to start keeping and collecting the evidence for your 10-year green card. When you file for your 10-year green card, 3 months before it expires in 2 years from now, minus 3 months, if you don't have but a little piddly amount of evidence, you may not get your 10-year green card. So start collecting the evidence as soon as you get your 2-year green card. Nick Guzman, hi Diego and Karina, question: if Mr. Trump and Republicans win the presidency, the House, they already control the House, will it be harder to get approved for a green card? No, it won't be harder to get approved for a green card or a possible pause on immigration, USCIS cases. No, there's not going to be a pause on any USCIS cases. Let me see. No. The President of the United States doesn't control immigration law. The Congress does. The Congress is led right now. The Republicans control the Congress right now. Now, the Republicans and the Democrats both are equally as useless as a fish on a bicycle. Republicans and Democrats are useless, okay? I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent conservative. But the Republicans are not going to change immigration law because Trump becomes president if he wins the election, which it looks like he will. If he wins the election, is he going to put a block on legal immigration? No. He's not going to change anything, but he's going to secure the border. I guarantee if you're in the country illegally, he's going to want to find you and deport you. Okay? But if you come to the United States legally, Karina's got her green card. She can walk down the street. She's not going to be looking over her shoulder because Trump's the president. In fact, he'll shake her hand and say, welcome to America, because she did it the right way. Okay? President Trump is not against immigrating to the United States legally. Come through the front door with the police report, the medical exam, the interview, right? You're not going to become a burden to the taxpayers of the United States. If you qualify for the benefit, no matter who's the president, whether Biden or Trump, you're going to be welcome in the United States of America. And right now, the Congress is led by the Republicans. Let me see here. Aro Kamoni. Hey, Diego and Karina, I sent off my adjustment of status package on Friday. Good. When am I to expect a response for biometrics? I'll give them a couple of weeks. I'll give you a Mountain Dew salute, though. Give them a couple of weeks, Aro Kamoni. Give them time to process, okay? There's 65, 70,000 people in the pipeline going through this process. You know, you got to remember that. There's a lot of people going through this. Life of my stamps. Hi, Diego and Karina. Unfortunately, my adjustment of status application was rejected yesterday. It says the payment failed. I'm waiting for the mail to resend it. Don't tell me you used a credit card, right? You tried to pay it with a credit card, and your bank said we don't recognize the charge, right? Am I right or am I wrong? Or did you fill out the check incorrectly, or did you pay the wrong amount? Here's the secret. Here's the secret to getting your green card application accepted. Number one, you got to qualify for the benefit. But number one, when you fill out the check, make sure you fill out the right amount. Number two, fill out a check. Don't put in a credit card number. Don't put your credit card pay. Don't try to pay your freaking green card on a credit card. Your bank isn't going to recognize the charge. $1,440, $1,700. That's a lot of money. The bank's going to go, hey, what's this? They're going to block. And then immigration's not going to get paid. Then they're going to send all your stuff back. Just fill out a check or a cashier's check and make it out to U.S. Department of Homeland Security for the amount is required. So that's how you do it. That's the secret. When you get it back, redo it like I just said. Write a check. Don't try to pay for it on your credit card. Your bank doesn't the credit card company's going to reject it. Let me see. Diego, let me see here. Las Barreras. Hello, Diego. I have a question. Tengo una pregunta. Do I need to go back to the Social Security office to change my work permit? My husband just got his work permit. You can, or you can just wait for the green card. But either way, you can either go back to the Social Security Administration with the work permit and update your status to temporary worker, or you can just wait until you get the green card and then go back to the Social Security office with the green card and change your status to legal permanent residence. Then the Social Security Administration will send you a new Social Security card. The number doesn't change, but the card will be all that garbage on the front that says authorized to work by Homeland Security, blah, all that's going to go away. Karina has a Social Security card just like mine. It's just a number on it. Okay? But once you get your green card, you need to go back and lift the conditions off your Social Security number to legal permanent resident. Okay? Let me see. Carlos Taylor, good evening from the Dominican Republic. We went to the K1 visa interview. The interviewer asked a couple of questions. We were done. Thanks for your help. Carlos, congratulations. Buena suerte. Muy bien. Me alegra. This is good frozen. I got frozen Mountain Dew. It tastes pretty good. I got ice chunks in there. I tell you what, it's good. Francois Livingston. Good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois. Bonjour. No, it's nighttime, right? Bonsoir. How is Francois? Now, Francois, she can speak English, Arabic, French, and she's learning Moroccan. Easy E. Good evening, Diego and Karina. Easy E. What's going on? How's your family? How's everybody's family, actually? Life of my stamps. Diego, what other documents did Karina add to her adjustment of status form to mail out? My husband is making things so difficult for me. He just wants on the form I-485. No, incorrect. Life of my stamps. You will not get a green card if you only file the form I-485. You won't get a green card. They will send it back, denied, and then you're going to have to reapply and repay the money all over again because immigration is going to take your money. They're going to put it in the U.S. Department of Treasury or wherever they put it, the USIS bank account, and then they're going to deny your green card if all you do is send 485. When you apply for a green card, you must include Form I-485. You must include the Affidavit of Support, Form 864. You must include a new medical exam with vaccination certifications, Form 693. You must include the marriage certificate. You must include photos of your wedding. You must be on joint bank accounts. You got to show you're on joint bank accounts, which means you got to get a social security number. You got to be on the title to the car, motorcycle, RV. You got to be on the deed to the house, apartment, townhouse, whatever, wherever you live. You got to be a joint owner of that residence. You got to have pictures of your wedding, pictures of your honeymoon. You got to have proof that you are joint responsible for the gas bill, the electric bill, the water bill, the phone bill, the trash bill. Your name needs to be on all those things. Miss Beneficiary, you got it? You got to be on all those things. If you just file the Form I-485, you will not get your green card. You got to make a copy of your K-1 visa. You got to make a copy of the biographic page of your passport. You got to make a copy of your husband's American citizen's biographic page of his passport. Okay? You got to get your library card, a Sam's Club card. You got to prove that you're living together. You just can't get a green card by mailing off a Form 485. Immigration is going to laugh at you. They're going to reject your benefit and you're going to be denied. Listen to me. I've made videos on how to apply for a green card. I made videos on how to do it. Just Google Diego Ross adjustment of status. Watch the video and you won't fail. You'll be successful in getting your green card. Just watch the videos. Chris Nell, Trump's wife is from overseas. Yeah, she's an immigrant from overseas. She got her green card. That's right. She came, I can't remember what country, but she was a legal resident. She was a green card holder. You're right. We all be okay for now. He's not against it. No, Trump's not against coming to the United States legally. Not at all. When you come to the United States, listen, just imagine Trump's the president, right? Trump's the president of the United States, right? Let's suppose he's president. Well, he probably is going to be president. And then you become a U.S. citizen. You get your green card, your 2-year green card, you get your 10-year green card, then you become a U.S. citizen. And Trump's the president. You know what Trump's administration is going to do when you become a citizen? They're going to send you a letter signed by Trump saying, congratulations on becoming a U.S. citizen. Welcome to the United States. We're glad to have you. Trump's going to sign that letter. Well, his computer will. Don't worry, guys. Whoever's the president of the United States come January of next year, it's not going to affect immigration unless you're out here as an illegal. What do I mean by illegal? It means you entered the United States without permission. It's like you broke into my house, you went into the freezer, you slept in my bed, you laid in the lounge room in my freaking backyard without my permission. That ain't going to happen under a Trump administration. You come to the United States illegally, he's going to kick you out. Not that he doesn't want you to be here. It's because that's what the law says. It's what the law says. Okay, if you want to come to America, come on. We can't look. Karina's from Venezuela. She understands. Let's see here. Francois scheduled the interview for September 18th. Mountain Dew salute to Francois. Good job. And that's in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. Can't believe we're at this point. I can believe it. Time goes by pretty quick, right? You've been numb all day. Well, don't. There was nothing in regards to the biometrics when I scheduled the appointment. Now what happens? Well, what you need to do is you got to have your future husband-to-be to call the embassy in Abu Dhabi and ask them, how does he get his biometrics for his visa interview that is scheduled for September, what day did you say? What day? On the 18th. Your future husband, Francois, needs to call the embassy or make a visit to the embassy. I don't know how far away he is. And say, how do I schedule my biometrics? Because it's kind of hard for you to call the embassy in Abu Dhabi. It's easier for him to do that. Okay? So give your fiance some homework and say, look, I need for you to get your biometrics scheduled. Have him schedule the biometrics. Have him call the embassy and ask them the process. You've already paid for the biometrics. You've already paid for the visa interview. You've paid for it. You paid the $265, right? So the biometrics is already paid for. All you got to do is have your fiance call the embassy in Abu Dhabi and ask him, where does he go to have it? And they'll tell him how to do it. Rooster, one check for aid and work permits. You mean adjustment of status? $1,700. That's correct. $1,700 pays for the green card, the biometrics, and the work permit. Las Barreras, thank you. De nada. Arrow Kamoni, what are the documents to start keeping after getting the green card in preparation for the 10-year green card? You got to have your marriage certificate, a copy of your biographic page of your passport, sponsor, and beneficiary. You got to keep proof of living together. You got to prove that you live together. How do you do that? Corinna's on the deed to the house, the title to the car. All that proof of cohabitation has to be collected for the 10-year green card. Okay? And this chair is squeaking. See, this seal is like the chair is squeaking. If you watch the videos, Arakamoni, I made videos on what documents you need for a 10-year green card. Just watch the video, get some popcorn, get some Mountain Dew, and check it out. With life of my stamps, with the medical exam, do I need to schedule it myself, or will USIS reschedule it? In the United States, you have to schedule it. Karina arrived in America with me January 3rd, 2024 in Miami. We drove up here. We took a rest. We got rested up. I called the doctor in Pensacola, who is authorized by the State Department to conduct green card medical exams. I said, hey, doc, fixing to get married. I need a green card medical exam. He said, okay. His administrative assistant checked over her vaccinations. We scheduled the medical exam. We drove over to Pensacola. Karina had the medical exam done by the civil surgeon. He signed the 693. He signed the vaccination document, put it in a sealed white envelope. That went in the green card application. It's easy. I just had to pay for a second medical exam. That's all. It's not expensive. It's easy. So you have to schedule the medical exam in the United States for your green card medical exam. You have to schedule it. Your sponsor does. Maria Salgado, Diego, do I have to send a money order or adjustment and another money for the work permit? You don't send money orders to nobody. You get a cashier's check or a check. You don't pay for your green card with a money order because, number one, a money order is only good up to $1,000. The green card and biometrics is $1,440. So you don't have enough money on one money order. You got to get a cashier's check. If you want to get the green card, the biometrics, and the work permit, you got to get a cashier's check for $1,700 made out to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. U.S. Department of Homeland Security, no abbreviations. $1,700 cashier's check. That pays for the green card, the biometrics, and the work permit. If you just want to get the green card and the biometrics, it's $1,440. Get a cashier's check, not a money order. And you make it one check, one price. Okay. Miguel, Diego, for page 3, question 25 of the I-485, do we check in the box for 25A and write K1? Yes, you do. That's correct. Absolutely, you do that. And then you come across to the right-hand side and you check the box that says you entered as a K1 fiance. Okay, you got it, Miguel? That's exactly right. Bud Garcia, hello, Diego and Karina from Washington State. Bud Garcia. Hello to Bud. How's Larry doing? How's Larry? Is he resting up over in Thailand? Cozy Moth. Hi, Diego. We got our instructions letter, and my fiance booked his medical for next week, and our interview is officially booked for the end of next month. Cozy Moth. You followed my directions well. Good job. Mountain Dew salute. You follow my directions, you're getting this done, right? You're getting these approvals. You're getting it over with. Cozy Moth, I got my issue status on Tuesday morning. You have both helped me so much get this far. We're going to get you over the finish line. You're almost over the finish line. Not much. Oh, you're almost there, Cozy Moth. A little bit more to go. And what do we got here? Bud Garcia, I got my issue status on Tuesday. Mountain Dew salute to Bud Garcia. Got his issue status. Well, your beneficiary did, right? Your beautiful Prometida from Thailand got issued. Now you're going to just wait to go pick up the passport. And then you can fly to the United States and you can get married and tell us about your wedding. Don't forget the medical exam. Repeat the medical exam with the civil surgeon in Washington State. It's not expensive. Saves you a massive headache. Because if you file for a green card without a medical exam and the vaccination certification, you're going to get an RFE because immigration is going to be looking for it. Miguel, I know the K-1 visa isn't really a non-immigrant visa. It's an immigrant visa, but it's treated as a non-immigrant visa at the embassy, but it's an immigrant visa as soon as the plane lands in the United States. I know it sounds kind of complicated, but it gets treated as a non-immigrant visa at the embassy, so that means you've only got to be at 100% minimum income. And then when you get to the United States and you apply for the green card, it becomes the K-1 visa goes away, you're on an I-94, now you become an immigrant, then you got to be at 125%, if that makes sense. Isn't really non-immigrant, but immigration labels it like that. So for question 22 on page 2 of the 485, should I include the non-immigrant visa number? Let me check. Page, what is it? Page 2, you said, of the I-485? Let me answer your question so we don't mess it up. Page 2 of the I-485 question 22. No, you don't put anything in there. You just put the passport in. You go to page 2, number 18, put her passport number in there. And then 23A, the place of last arrival in the United States. Okay? That's it. And you got to put the expiration date of her passport. You don't put anything in there. Okay? Did I answer your question? You don't on question 22, page 2, you don't put anything in there. Erica Morning, congratulations, Francois. Absolutely, and Bud. Francois, are the biometrics done at the embassy? I paid $265 yesterday. I don't know, Francois. Karina had her biometrics done in a separate building that was ran by the U.S. government in Bogota. You're talking about United Arab Emirates, so I don't know. You need to have your beneficiary, your fiance needs to call the embassy and ask the embassy, where do I get my biometrics? You've already paid for it, so they will tell them where to go, where to get it. Dwayne Patterson, hi, the NVC, the National Visa Center, is forwarding the petition to the embassy in La Paz, Bolivia in Central South America with no beaches. There's no beaches in Bolivia. There's no beach. It's landlocked, Bolivia. Bolivia was named after Simon Bolivar, by the way, the liberator of South America. Let me see. The question is, what should I do as the sponsor while we wait? Well, the NVC is sending your package to La Paz. You need to tell your beneficiary what's going on, and she needs to get her police certificate from Bolivia. That's what you need to do. You got to get your I-134, your tax returns, your W-2s, your 1099s if you have any of those, your pay stubs, your letter from your boss, your bank statements. You got to get all that stuff to her in Bolivia, okay? But Mountain Dew salute, okay? But you got to get all your financial information to her. That's what you need to be doing, unless you're going to fly to Bolivia with it in your hand and bring her to the United States. Maria Salgado, thank you, Diego. No problem. Denise Jefferson to Francois, congrats on your progress in Nigeria. But Francois is in the United Arab Emirates, Denise. The bio was conducted as part of the interview. might be the same either way. As Diego states, have him make an inquiry. There you go. Denise is always on board. Denise is highly intelligent. She knows what's going on. Francois, thank you, Denise. Glad you're here. Ara Kamoni, I did mine in Nigeria on the day of the interview. There you go. Biometrics will be gotten before the interview. Just my experience. No worries at all. Prepare for the interview. I think that's what's going to be the case for United Arab Emirates. And Denise Jefferson and Ara Kamoni are basically saying that. Julian ALO. Hello, Diego and Karina. In my USCIS account for adjustment of status, they added my progress. I had only case status, case history, and documents. Okay. Now they added my progress. I can see how many months remain. 2 months. It's going to be less than that probably. Francois to Denise, I will tell Hamid to call the embassy and inquire about the biometrics. The only slight problem is his English isn't so hot. Okay, Francois, just imagine I can't speak English. I don't know how to. Karina can't speak English. But Karina called the embassy in Bogota, Colombia and asked questions. So Hamid can say, where do I get my biometrics? Where is it? Okay? But I got a feeling it's going to be on the same day as the interview, like Denise Jefferson said. Bud Garcia, Larry is doing good. The last time I talked to him was Monday morning. They will be flying back on the 24th of this month. Well, we're going to give a Mountain Dew salute to Larry Piercy for having his success at the U.S. Embassy in Bangkok, Thailand. I bet he's happy as a clam about that. I mean, I went over his K1 visa package with a fine-tooth comb, and I fixed all kinds of mistakes. I'm serious. But he's good to go now. Bud Garcia, thank you, Francois. Aracamoni to Francois, when he calls, they will ask if he needs an interpreter. Well, that's a good point. Angel Tate, hi, Diego and Karina. We are still working on my husband's adjustment of status. He got his COVID shot a couple of days ago at CVS. We will take your advice and not apply for advanced parole. Why would you spend $630 freaking dollars to get an advanced parole document that's only good for 12 months, and you're going to get your green card in 4 months when you can travel with your 2-year green card if you want to? I don't recommend it, but you can. It's a waste of money. It's a lot of money, actually. Good that you're paying attention. Angel Tate, my husband did biometrics in Jamaica. Does he have to do it again in the United States? Yes. Angel, listen. When you apply for the green card for your husband from Jamaica, you're going to pay, let's suppose you just get the green card and the biometrics. You're going to write a check to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for $1,440. You're going to mail your green card application to wherever it is, wherever you live. There's a place that you're supposed to send it. If you tell me the state you live in, I'll give you the address where to send it. You make a check out to $1,440. Then when Homeland Security cashes the check, they will send you a letter telling you where your husband's going to have his biometrics in the United States. The location, the day, and the time. That's how it works. So you got it, Angel. Tell me you understand what I just said. Your husband did biometrics in Jamaica? Yeah, Karina did biometrics in Colombia. She had to redo her biometrics in New Orleans, Louisiana. She got her green card now. It's all good. Francois, thank you so much. Aracamoni and Denise. Angel, we will fill out the I-485, the G1145, and the I-765. Okay, so why are you applying for a work permit? Why are you, the 693 is the medical exam. You gotta have, it's mandatory. It's mandatory to include a new medical exam in your green card application. If you don't get it, if you don't include it, you're gonna get an RFE. Bud Garcia, I know my fiance had her biometrics done the day of the interview, but that was Thailand. Yeah, every embassy is different. Every country runs things differently. Pallavi Sharma, hey Diego, what are the processing times for Chicago for the green card? 4 to 6 months. Assuming you put a strong green card package together, 4 to 6 months. Claudia Razniak, hi Diego and Karina, I hope all is well. We're great. Let me see, I received a notification that my I-485 was approved. Congratulations. Mountain Dew salute. Me, I'm necesito más Mountain Dew, mi amor. Es poco.
Oh, sí.
Ooh.
Toma tuya.
Uh-oh. I may have to go run and get Mountain Dew here. I'm almost out. Let me see. Congratulations. Not that it was I was in a hurry to work again. We sent the package in April, so 3.5 months for approval. Great. Angel Tate, you live in New York. Okay. You live in New York. Do you want me to tell you where you mail your green card application? Do you want me to give you the address? If you want, I'll give you the address. Angel Tate. I'll give you the address where to mail your green card application by FedEx or UPS or DHL. If you want, I'll write it in here for you. Tell me if you need it. If not, I won't. Claudia Raznik, this is for California approval of green card. Well, that's good. California is tough. Okay, here's the address, okay? If you live in New York, this is by FedEx, UPS, or DHL, okay, you're going to send your green card application to this address. I'm not ignoring you, I'm writing. And I can chew gum and walk at the same time, guys. I was in the Navy for 20 years. So I learned how to do that when I was in the Navy. All right? But I'm writing this address down, and Karina's going to double check me because I don't have my glasses on. But make sure you got a pen, because if you live in New York, this is where you're going to mail your green card application. Okay? This is by FedEx, UPS, or DHL. Okay? This is where it goes to FedEx. If you send this using the post office, it won't make it. You got to use FedEx or UPS or DHL. So let me change that right here. Okay, that's the address. If you live in New York, this is where you mail your green card application. Francois, now the next hurdle is getting the vaccines done because I'm getting them from Morocco. Is pointless. Talking about vaccines. Guess what happened yesterday? Karina got a message from her mom in Venezuela, and her mom sent her a picture of Karina when she was like 10 years old. There's a beautiful picture of Karina. Karina's 10 years old, 9 years old, 10 years old. And you know what the picture was on? Her vaccination documents. Her mom found her vaccination documents. We asked for them, 2 years ago? A year and a half ago. Yeah, and a year ago we asked for them. Mom couldn't find them. She found them yesterday. Well, Karina had to repeat all her vaccinations. We did them in Bogota, Colombia. Boom, 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 boom. She got them all. She got her vaccinations all done. But yesterday her mom sent Karina a picture and said, "Look how pretty this picture is." It's Karina when she was 10 years old, and it was on her vaccination chart. I'm like, "Mom, you're a year late and $1 short," but it was a nice picture, right? Anyway, I thought it was funny. Get him on his vaccinations, Francois. Get on it. He needs to get on it. Angel, I gave you the address. Thank you so much. No problem, Angel. Bud Garcia, where will my fiance get her biometrics done for her green card? In Washington State. Somewhere. I don't know where. Probably Seattle. I'm thinking Seattle as a guess. Okay, that's a guess. Angel Tate, the adjustment of status is a lot of paperwork. We hope we won't miss anything. If you watch the videos that I made on how to adjust status for green card, I've made 3 videos, about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes long. If you watch the videos, you will not make a mistake and you will get your green card. As long as you fill out the check properly and fill out the correct amount for the check. Let me see. Angel, it's a lot of work. Namadi Olisa, hi Diego, interview approved yesterday in Nigeria. Nigeria. Denise had to go through Nigeria with her now husband Kenneth. Congratulations. Bud Garcia, okay. Yeah, it's going to be probably in Seattle, Bud. Arakomi Adogwu Tunadi Olisa, congratulations. Yeah. Right here is the gas bill. I mean, for cooking. And on the gas bill is my name and Karina's name, our address, the date, July 17th, 2024, and the cost, and it says what it is. It comes in the email. I printed it. So why did I print the gas bill for July of 2024? Well, I'm going to put it in Karina's green card application for her 10-year green card. So when immigration get her green card application for her 10-year green card in 22 months from now, they're going to flip through it, the application, and they're going to go back and say, in July of 2024, Karina was on the gas bill. It shows that we're living together, we're responsible for the bills, right? You got to start planning your 10-year green card now, guys. I know you just went through the K-1 visa process. You survived that. Then you got the 2-year green card. You survived that. Now you got to start planning for the 10-year green card. And then when you get the 10-year green card, you're a year away from becoming a U.S. citizen if you want to, which I recommend you do, become a citizen. Once you're a citizen, then you don't have to worry about immigration anymore, right? You can just get a U.S. passport and you're good to go. Francois Livingston, congratulations. Natty Olisa, best wishes. And Natty says thank you. Yeah, this is a stressful thing. I don't know of anything more stressful than going through the K-1 visa process, because you're going to wait for approval, right? You're waiting and waiting and waiting for an approval. And then you get approval, and then you got to go to the visa interview at the embassy. And then you panic about that because you don't know if you're going to get approved at the visa embassy interview. But once you make it through the visa interview at the embassy, then you get to the United States. Then you got to apply for the green card. And then you're worried about whether you're going to qualify for the green card. Will I get the green card? Right? And then you get the green card, and then you got to figure out the plan for your 10-year green card. And then you apply for your 10-year green card, and you worry, well, hopefully I get approved for that. What's important about the 10-year green card is you must apply for it 90 days before your 2-year green card expires. 90 days, 89 days, 88, 87 days before it expires, somewhere in there, okay? If you do not lift the conditions off your 2-year green card within 90 days of it expiring, you will get a deportation notice. You'll be deported. They're not messing around. But once you get your 10-year green card, if you forget to renew your 10-year green card by accident, I'm a month late, don't worry, you're not going to get deported because you are a legal permanent resident. You're not a probationary resident. You just messed up. Immigration's not going to ding you for that. But they will on a 2-year green card. Angel Tate, so green card, biometrics, work permit is $1,700. Correct. Cashier's check to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. Correct. Mountain Dew salute to Angel Tate. You are spot on. And I don't have any Mountain Dew left. So, anyway. Yeah, $1,700 cashier check to U.S. Department of Homeland Security, and you will get your work permit, your green card, and your biometrics. Joshua Mupenzi, hi Diego, my case was sent to the National Visa Center 3 weeks ago. When do you think I will get my case number? It takes probably a month to 2 months to get. Be patient, a month to 2 months. Francois, stressful is an understatement. Diego, all one sees is papers day in and day out. And you're right. And I keep the channel going for you guys. Okay? So I see papers every day. Right here. Right here. Papers. Papers. Because I'm keeping you guys from failing. Right? I don't want you to fail. You're going to get your green card. You're going to get your K-1 visa. Let's see here. Francois, hang in there. Joshua Mupenzi. All right, when should I send an inquiry? Joshua, it's only been 3 weeks. Wait 45 days before you send an inquiry. Okay? That's the printer making those funny noises. Wait 45 days. Yeah, look. Right here. Papers. This is all the paperwork. This is the bare minimum that you need to apply for a K-1 visa and a green card. And I go over it with you slowly and carefully so you don't mess up. Angel takes, so there isn't an additional paperwork that's needed for the biometrics. No, it's the biometrics automatic once the I-485 is approved. No, it doesn't work that way. Let me turn off this printer. You fill out your green card application, your adjustment of status paperwork. You make a check out to Homeland Security, U.S. Department of Homeland Security. You mail your green card application to Homeland Security. They open your package, they send you a text, and they say, we got your green card application. About a week to 2 weeks after they cash the check, you're going to get a letter in the mail that says you have a biometrics appointment on this day, on this date, at this location, at this time. You get your biometric, you get that letter in your hand with your passport, okay? And if you are changing your married name to your husband's last name, you must bring documentation with you to show that you got married or that you have an ID with your new married name on it, etc. Like Karina, she had her military ID with her married name on it. You go to the biometrics with the letter, the appointment letter, your passport, and proof, an ID that proves that you have changed your last name to your husband's last name. So there's no additional paperwork, Angel Tate. You just apply for the green card, you pay for the biometrics with the green card, and then you wait for the letter to come to you, and they tell you where to go. It's an automatic letter, but they got to get paid first. Francois, I read online that the embassy in Abu Dhabi won't allow carry-on bag and says to bring papers in a clear bag. That's correct. So how do you put a truckload of papers in a carry-on clear bag? Mamma mia. You overcome, you adapt, and you do it. I'm sure that if your future husband goes to one of those fancy stores in Abu Dhabi, he can find a clear shopping bag somewhere that he can carry all this stuff in, or buy two. I'm sure that he can do that. Abu Dhabi is a very a very chic place, right? It's very rich, they got some nice stores there. They got fantastic shopping. It's a great place to go shopping. I'm sure he can find a clear plastic bag to put his stuff in. That's the least of what you got to worry about after what you've been through, right? Angel, you got it. Angel, Tate, you understand what I just said? You pay for the green card and the biometrics. Immigration sends you a letter telling you where your biometrics is going to be at, what day, what time, location, and don't be late. Allow for traffic. Like Karina, she had her biometrics in New Orleans in Louisiana. New Orleans is a busy place. I'm talking busy place. Traffic on Interstate 10 backed up for miles. So what do? The day before her biometrics, we drove to New Orleans. We checked into a hotel that was a 5-minute walk from the biometrics. So our car was parked in the hotel parking facility. We got up early the next day. We walked to the USCIS office on Poydras Street. We stayed at the Holiday Inn. And the Holiday Inn is here and immigration is here. All you got to do is cross the street. Karina had her biometrics. We went back to the hotel. We had a big breakfast. And then we explored New Orleans. We walked around Bourbon Street and we checked it out. And then we drove back home that night. My recommendation is if you got to drive a long way for your biometrics, if it's a long journey, go the night before and get a hotel. And then get up early the next day and then go find the biometrics so you don't get stuck in traffic. Francois, it's chic, all right. I loved it there, but no way will I live there. Well, Abu Dhabi's hot. You think Florida's a hot place? The United Arab Emirates is even hotter. That's a very hot place. What is it, 120 degrees in the shade in the summertime? I mean, it's a hot place. It's a desert, right? So I can understand you wouldn't want to live there. The climate there is very hot. It's like out west in the Sonora Desert in Mexico, in the desert of Mexico. It's very, very hot. During this green card process, during this K1 visa process, wherever you're at, I don't know where you guys, I know where most of you are in the process, but you just got to be patient. And the secret to the success, besides being qualified for the benefit, is don't make any typos on your paperwork. When you fill out the paperwork, when you fill out your green card application, when you fill out your K1 visa form I-129F, whatever paperwork you have to do, make sure you don't make any typos. Make sure you don't transpose numbers. Don't put, Karina's passport number from Venezuela, I wrote it in the K1 visa application. I double checked it 10 times to make sure I didn't transpose the number. Okay? Don't make those mistakes, because if let's suppose you file your green card application and you get the date of birth mixed up. If you live in a country like South America, where they put the day before the month. Like here, we put the month before the day. So if you're used to putting the day before the month, and you can totally screw up your paperwork. Pay attention to when you fill out your paperwork. Angel Tate, wow, Karina's biometrics was in Louisiana. Yeah, it was. Hopefully ours will be within our state. Angel Tate, what state do you live in? Francois Livingston, one more question, please. Only I have left to do is the famous letter of intent to marry. You know that. You got it. It would have the same contents as the one before. Okay? Yeah. But you're going to update it, and you're going to date it a week before his visa interview. Okay? Just repeat everything. Angel Tech, New York. Okay. So you're in New York. Very good. You're going to have your biometrics in New York State, somewhere in New York State. Arakamoni, yes, we weren't allowed in the interview room with anything, but at the embassy in Nigeria, we had locker rooms where I saved my phone. That's information for Francois. So I know when Karina went to the embassy interview in Bogota, Colombia, she had to turn off her cell phone. She had a security check done. You couldn't bring any umbrellas, right? ¿Cómo se dice en español? Umbrella? Sombrilla. Yeah. You weren't allowed to bring an umbrella into the embassy in Bogota. So, no, you couldn't bring any food into the embassy in Bogota. You couldn't bring an umbrella into the embassy in Bogota. And Bogota has a tendency to rain every freaking day. It's like England. I remember when I was in England for a month's vacation, it rained every freaking day. I remember living in Bogota, Colombia for 2.5 years, and it rained pretty much every day. Francois, any ideas? Let me see. Yeah, just rewrite the letter of intent to get married, Francois. Just copy the one you sent for the RFE, but just change the date. Arakamoni, yes, we weren't allowed in the interview room. No. In Colombia, Karina couldn't even bring an umbrella into the interview. Angel Tate, was it difficult for you to get an appointment to do the medical exam? No. We landed in America January 3rd from Colombia. We rested up on January 4th because we were tired from Poland stuff, suitcases. January 5th, I called the doctor in Pensacola and set the medical exam for January 9th, I think. January 10th. It was easy. It's fast. It was $175. We redid the medical exam for Karina's green card application with the civil surgeon approved by the State Department. They recertified her vaccinations. They re-signed off on a brand new 693. They put it in a white envelope and sealed it and said to Homeland Security only. And we included that in Karina's green card application as a completely new medical exam, which was good to do. Number one, it was a fresh date. It was a newer date. It was dated in January 2024. And it was not expensive. It just means I had to drive to Pensacola and sit and wait for Karina to have a repeat of her medical exam, like I did in Colombia. Yeah, we redid the medical exam. Angel, it took 5 days to set an appointment. Francois Livingston, so can I do the letter now? Do it now. Yeah, absolutely. Post date it 2 weeks. Yeah, before the interview, because I need to ship it to him. Yeah, go ahead. Like tonight or tomorrow, redo it, sign it and date it, and get it to him. DHL it to him, or FedEx, whatever you want to do. Erica Moni, yes, Francois, my wife did the same. I had everything with me about 2 months before the interview, post-dated. There you go. Francois, Denise Jefferson, you were so right that things will move at high speed. Denise told you, Francois, things were going to go pretty quick, like Ferris Bueller, right? Life moves pretty quick if you don't pay attention. Once the K1 visa application is approved, I feel like I'm on a roller coaster. Yeah, Francois, woo! Francois, wee! Like this. It's like Karina when she's driving, learning how to drive, right? Woo! Disney World. Yeah, Francois. Denise said that to you, and what she said was true. Now things are moving pretty fast, right? Once you get to this stage, the K1 visa process is easy. The green card application is easy. You don't need an immigration attorney you don't need to be paying immigration attorneys thousands and thousands of dollars to do this simple paperwork drill. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for USIS. I don't give you any legal advice, none. But I got 9 years experience processing K1 visas and green cards, 9 years. And I've helped hundreds of people get their green cards and their K1 visas. I lost count of how many people we've helped. And all they did was watch our videos, and I saved them thousands of bucks. Erica Moni, we are all rooting for you, Francois. Congratulations. I want to give Erica Moni a Mountain Dew salute, but my Mountain Dew is in the trash can because I drank it all. So maybe I should dash to the kitchen and get another Mountain Dew. What do you think? Do you think I should do that? You want Karina to talk to you while I get the Mountain Dew? Because Karina can't speak English. So it's all going to be in Spanish. So Karina, you talk in Spanish, and I'm going to go Mountain Dew in the Nevada. Okay. Karina's going to talk to you. Okay. And Joe, no, Mio. Oh, Karina said she's going to go get it. I said I'd go get it. I'm thirsty, guys. I don't know about you guys. The K1 visa process is easy. The green card application is easy. You don't need an immigration attorney to do this. It's not difficult. How much does an immigration attorney cost? What? $8 grand, $7 grand, $5 grand, $4 grand? I don't know. I've never really asked, but I know it's a lot of money. Filling out the paperwork is easy. If you can read and write, if you can pay attention to details, you can do this. If you don't know how to do it, watch the channel, watch the videos. I'll help you do it for free. I don't want you to be paying all this money. That $4,000 you pay an immigration attorney, you could be using for your honeymoon. Thank you, Karina. Now, I told Karina I would go get it. As Mio, but no, Karina, she went to get it for me. Okay, Mountain Dew salute for those people that I didn't give a Mountain Dew salute. This is the second Mountain Dew for this live stream, guys. It's midsummer, so, don't be mad at me because I like Mountain Dew. Man, I'm thirsty. Angel Tate. Hey, look at that. There you go. What? Tokyo, our cat's doing good. He's got a friend out in the yard called Rambo, so he's made a friend. Tokyo's from Colombia. Our cat's from Colombia. Karina rescued the cat from Bogota. He was just about like this big. Now he's like this big. He likes American cat food, apparently. I guess he can speak English now because he talks to his buddy out in the yard. So anyway, so we brought the cat over here. I made a video on how to bring pets to the United States from Colombia. I made a video on how to process the medical exam in Bogota, Colombia. So if you have a K1 visa process going on right now and you're in Colombia, I've made videos on how to do the medical exam, to schedule the interview, and how to find a hotel close to the embassy. Francois Livingston, Erica Marnie, much appreciated. The support on this channel is great. Not enough words to express gratitude I feel inside my heart. Francois, you are at the end zone now. Okay, Mountain Dew salute to Francois. You're at the end zone. And September 18th, your beneficiary, your new husband-to-be, will pass his visa interview. Then you need to get him on a plane, and get him to the United States. I don't know if you're going to accompany him. Are you going to fly with him? I don't know if you're going to go to the United Arab Emirates and bring him home. If you can, I recommend it. It's less stressful for the beneficiary if you can accompany your beneficiary through the immigration checkpoint once they arrive in the United States. I made a video on what to expect at the Border Patrol. You may get asked one question, you may get asked a bunch of questions, you may not get any questions at all. It all depends on how you do at your visa interview at the embassy. Remember, when you go to the visa interview at the embassy and there's a plastic glass between you and they ask you questions, maybe on a phone, I don't know, the embassy officer already knows everything about you. They already studied your case. They've already made a decision on your case pretty much. And then they make notes in their computer on how you did at the embassy interview. So you passed the interview, right? Very good. But the embassy officer will write notes in there for the Border Patrol. No, this person doesn't need any further interview questions. Just process her paperwork and check her into the United States. Or the embassy officer at the embassy might say, yeah, give the person, do a double check on this person, ask a few more questions. Okay? You get to learn a lot of stuff on this channel, guys. I'm telling you, I'm going to give you the inside scoop. Francois Livingston, he's going to Morocco to see his parents. I remember, because it will be 3 to 4 years before he can see them again. That's right. Last time he saw them was in 2021. Well, he should get his visa and his passport first. Make sure he checks his K1 visa. Make sure there's no spelling mistakes on his name. Get on a plane, fly to Morocco, Casablanca, spend time with his parents. And then you could fly to Morocco, right? And spend time with him and his parents too. Get some group pictures together, photos, get some family pictures together for the two-year green card application. And boarding passes and plane tickets. That would be strong evidence, guys. You know, when we applied for Karina's green card, I had made 5 trips to Colombia. I spent 2.5 years in Colombia with Karina. I included all that evidence in the 2-year green card application. And we got it in 2.5 months without another interview. So immigration's got better things to do than to keep interviewing applicants for green cards. They would much rather just mail you their stuff. Okay? Karina's green card was sent to her in the mail. They would much rather do that because they're busy people, right? Francois, great idea, something to keep in mind. Thank you. Yeah, if you fly to Morocco, you don't have to spend a month there. Go to Morocco for like 5 days, a week, 5 days. Get lots and lots of pictures with your fiance, with his mom and dad and his friends, and get group pictures. And then date the pictures and the location and who's in the pictures, and then get the boarding passes of your trip to Morocco, and then from Morocco back to the United States with him, and then include all that evidence in your 2-year green card package, and that will help you with your green card application. Okay? Immigration also remember this, immigration really don't want to see selfies. They don't want to see selfies with you and your beneficiary. They want to see pictures with you, your beneficiary's friends and family. I couldn't get a picture with Karina's mom and dad because they live in Venezuela. So it was impossible. But I got pictures with Karina's brothers, her nephews, her nieces. They're now my brother. They're now my family. My nephews, they're my nieces. They're my brother-in-law. The only people I haven't met in Karina's family is her mom and dad and her sister, right? Hermana, tu mamá, tu papá. And that's difficult because they live in Venezuela. If I could go see them when I was in Colombia, I would have, because I want to meet them. But at this point, we can't. But remember, on July 28th of this month, July 2024, Venezuela has an election. Hopefully we get a new president in Venezuela. We hope so. Now, what's interesting about July is that Peru has its Independence Day. Venezuela has its Independence Day. Colombia has its Independence Day. And the United States of America has its Independence Day. So let's give a Mountain Dew salute to all those countries who are celebrating their independence from whatever country. The United States is celebrating independence from England, and those countries in South America are celebrating independence from Spain. And a salute to George Washington, the founding father of our country, our first president, and a salute to Simon Bolivar, the liberator of South America. If you haven't filed for your green card yet, make sure you go over the paperwork 10, 15 times. You're going to find mistakes in that paperwork. I'll guarantee it. Before we mailed off Karina's green card application, I checked her package 10 times, and I found 2 mistakes, and I fixed them. Okay? I found 2 mistakes on the I-485. I said, man, I can't believe I made that. How stupid of me. But I caught it. Why? Because I reviewed the paperwork 10 freaking times. We had it ready to go, and I sat on it for 2 days. Don't be in a big hurry to send it. If you get in a big hurry to send it, and you don't catch those errors, you're gonna get headaches later on. You're gonna get a big headache. It's gonna come back to you. You didn't fill out the check properly. You filled out the incorrect amount. You transposed the passport number. The date of birth of your beneficiary doesn't in the 485 doesn't match the date of birth in her passport because you transposed numbers. Before you mail your application, study it and match everything up with, before you mail it. Typos are going to catch you. They're going to get you. They got me. But I didn't mail the package off with Karina until we double checked it. Okay? I hope you understand what I'm saying. We are human beings and we get in a hurry. Slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down before you send off your package. You get in a big hurry because you're excited. Yeah, we're going to get our green card. Woo! Okay, what if you mess up the paperwork? You ain't going to get your green card. And you're going to be me. Okay? Slow it down. And especially those folks who are applying for K1 visas. When you apply for your K1 visa, go over the paperwork carefully. Don't forget to include the birth certificate of your beneficiary translated into English. Don't forget to include your passport biographic page. Don't forget to sign the I-129F. Don't forget to date it. Don't forget to include lots of pictures of you and your beneficiary with her friends and family. Date the pictures. Who's in the picture? Etc., etc., etc. Okay, guys, I've been talking for 1 hour. Today is what? Wednesday? Today is Miércoles, Julio 17, 2024. En español? Esto. We'll be back on, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The next live stream will be Saturday at 6 p.m. Although I might just do a surprise live stream. Who knows? Mountain Dew salute to everybody, and thanks for joining us. We'll be back on Saturday at 6 p.m. unless I decide to do a surprise live stream, which I'll probably do because I'm sure you still got lots of questions. See you guys later.